Boot, 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 bobbing along.
I'm Stuart.
And I'm Emmie.
We're child-free after infertility and newly living on a narrowboat. We're sharing our adventure here and you're welcome to join us.
Hello! You're joining us in the week after the UK guitar show where me and Stu went away for the weekend to Solihull, and Stu spent 2 days at this guitar show. It was really, really busy. So in this video, we're still in the end of the navigable section of the Wendover Arm. So that's quite a quiet, windy canal, quite shallow, and it only goes so far. So there's another stretch that you can't go down in a boat that goes all the way to Wendover. So Stu, post-guitar show Stu, refreshes himself by walking the whole canal to Wendover. And then we leave the Wendover Arm and head towards Bulbourne, near about half an hour's walk from Tring. So enjoy Stu's walk to begin with, and then there'll be a cruise.
I've been sent on a recon mission to walk the rest of the Wendover Arm. So naturally, of course, it started to rain as soon as I left the boat. Wendover Canal, an introduction. Cruising, restoration. Ah, cool, look, they've got a little thing which you can take. I'm going to take one of these. I've taken the Wendover Canal Visitor's Guide and an introduction to the Wendover Canal. So one has a little history and the other one has a decent map, and it looks like if I follow these signs, I hate this set of steps, by the way, it will lead me back onto the Wendover Arm. That's where I came from, the bridge up there. This is the route to the reservoirs, so I'm guessing it's carrying on this way. Yep, well, this is it. So this has all been built by volunteers, and here are their chairs. It's not a lot of chairs for how much has been built so far. So here's the old pumping station. There we go. God knows what it does or how it all works, but it looks cool. These little memorial plaques on the, not memorial plaques as such, but these little plaques for obviously wherever anyone's donated money. Yeah, now obviously some of them are where people have left money to the cause, so they are done as like a memorial plaque. But yeah, it's really, I don't know, it's a nice little bit of history, I guess. Again, like a little mini bit of local history in the making. That's the pumping station from this side, which I think is actually more interesting. I love just being on the boat and hearing people start getting excited by our boat's name. That's my mum's name! Or singing a song. Some guys walked past, started singing Michael Jackson, and then when one of us moved down the boat, I can't remember. No, they started singing Don't Rock the Boat. Which is quite funny. Oh, look at that view. That's cool. We're so lucky. This is apparently the end of the quarter-mile of unnavigable stretch. I've still got 6.5 kilometres to go to Wendover. So that bridge is the end of the unnavigable stretch. I mean, this stretch is also unnavigable at the moment, but it's repaired. There's a lopsided swan. I just phoned in the listing swan to the swan sanctuary, and they said that he's most likely got bird flu, and that there isn't anything, they're not actually allowed to go out to to swans with bird flu, but they would notify the appropriate authorities, who I assume is the RSPB or someone, which is quite sad. He was just sort of swimming around in circles. He was sort of leaning over. I did take some video, but Emmie might not want to put it in, which is fair enough. Sort of leaning over, and then every now and again he'd sort of right himself, try and take a drink of water and just completely miss, and then just sort of twitch around a bit. It's quite sad. We saw about 3 or 4 dead swans in quite quick succession around Hemel Hempstead, and apparently it's a bit of a problem this year. Beautiful view over the fields though. Oh, still quite a trek. So about halfway. A pretty little woodland walk here as well. I'm not going to go in very much, but I'm going to go into that little clearing and have a look around. Cobbler's Pits. That's cool. I bet this was like a loading yard. I bet this was wet once in this little recess here. Should probably read that sign. There we go. Probably should have just read that. Yeah, deliveries to Albert Rothschild's mansion, and it was double walled, which is why it's so narrow, because it kept leaking into his dining room. Yeah, so this makes sense now. So this is a narrow channel, so boats could be unloaded easily, but also it was sort of doubling up to stop leakage into Green Park, which I'm assuming must have been down there, where the demolished mansion now is, apparently. I'm back in the muddy patch. Oh, I need some proper shoes. Oh, how long does this continue for? I either walk in the bush, but I can just about walk without slipping over, or I walk in the mud and risk slipping over on my completely gripless shoes. I'm like one of those people that goes out hiking and decides to try and climb Ben Nevis in their flip-flops. Guessing from the sounds that I'm approaching civilization again. This is the old wharf in Wendover. And that is the end of the Wendover Arm. There is a little bit that continues through, but that goes under the road in a pipe, so it doesn't look like you can walk it any further. Wendover Arm done. I'm going to have a quick wander around the town, because that sort of tracks with the disused section. Then I'm going to wander over to the station and see if I can get a taxi. Room. Right, I ended up buying quite a lot in the Bodgings because I figured, well, A, they had the curry bags that we like, and B, I just figured / hoped I could get a taxi from Wendover. So I'm just going up to the station now to see if I can. Fingers crossed that I can, because otherwise it's an hour's walk, hour and 45 minutes walk home, and my bag already feels like it's straining. Or I can take a train to Aylesbury, and then I can get a bus from Aylesbury to Tring, which is chunky. Just like that, pretty much back. I'm gonna start getting comfortable, to be honest. but I'm staying out of Emmie's way because she's in very busy meetings all evening, afternoon. So I'm just going to put the new air filter into the engine because we're going to move tomorrow morning. Something else I was going to say, I don't remember, it's gone. But the plan is tomorrow to move back to Tring, probably do the water and then cruise a little bit further back towards Tring so that we're about a mile away from the station, say 20-minute, half an hour walk from the station. And then Friday we're going to go in and have a day in London. I'm going to have a day in my workshop getting things sorted out. I need to shave everything. I look really weird and alien. I miss my top lip. Yeah, I look really weird without a top lip. Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know if any of this made any sense whatsoever, but yes, air filter, relaxing, move boat in the morning, London on Friday. Yeah, they look the same to me, with, you know, the one exception that this one's clean and new and this one's full of oil. Otherwise good.
Good morning, it's Thursday morning, quite early. It's a pre-work cruise. We're leaving the Wendover Arm and we forgot to take our fenders up before we set off, so we've just lost one on a bush. We can't really go back for it, so now we have one fender, which is a bit annoying because we had 4 originally and we lost 2 in Berkhamsted. Yeah, we're a 1 fender boat for the moment. The factory with the secret underwater ledge coming up. You can see what a bend that's going to be. Quite a turn. Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Stu, I'm so impressed with his driving. We did get caught on the first bend and I used the pole to get us turned round, but the second bend he just smoothly went woo. He was quite worried about this morning, knowing what was coming up. That bend's quite tricky.
Well, buggered up the first turn. It's real tricky coming at it the other way because it looks easy, but actually it's really shallow, so I just lost all of the steering and Annie just went wherever she wanted. So Emmie pulled us off a bit and then we managed to get around, and then hello.
Hi.
And then hey. On the second turn, I managed to get through that first time, which was nice, because I don't think the way up here we did either one first time. going to pop out. There's a little garden centre just about 10 minutes walk that way, so I'm going to pop out, see if I can ensconce myself in their cafe and do some work. And Emmie's Emmie's working now. We've just had to reset our Wi-Fi router again. We did it about 3 weeks ago, which was quite irritating. The first time we had to reset it was after about 3-4 months, and then we had to reset it after about a month and a half, and now we've had to reset it after about 3-4 weeks. So it's not coping. It is old, and by all accounts it's not very good. It's a little Zyxel one, and every time I mention that it's a Zyxel one to my tech friends, they tell me that Zyxel's awful and to get rid of it. So we'll probably do that. It's a nice little cruise though. I did manage to lose our last good fender that's on a hook, so I need to get my brain into gear to try and wrap a fender, but I lost it in a tree. I was on the wrong side of the boat to catch it, and I didn't, because it was a narrow stretch with boats moored on one side. I didn't want to try reversing and accidentally bang up someone's boat at 7:30 in the morning, so I just accepted the loss. I want some big chunky fenders anyway, so I might try and see if I can find something suitable. I was just leaving, I adjusted the fenders, and as I was doing so, I instantly sat down on a what do you call it? Not a thorn. One of those spiky things. So my bum's tingling. And then I came inside, and he asked me for her Colin caterpillars, because she really likes a Colin caterpillar. I got them for her, and I was like, oh, she doesn't like the green ones. So I sat there like eating the green ones. Well, she's glaring at me. I was like, what? You don't like the green ones? They are my favourite. The green ones are my favourite. I don't think it helped that we got here in good time, had a lovely little cruise, got here about 9 o'clock, and then our internet failed. Bit of a pain. We are going to have to look at that. Well, I've been trying to get this off for pretty much as long as we own Annie, and I think I've finally managed to start getting it going. I want to change this sort of thinner, slightly tattier rope for this lovely new one that we've had for about 6 months and not put on. So this is the centre line that I've just taken off with a lot of knots tied in it, because I started looking at how to make fenders, and it's a lot of work. Those people that make them definitely earn their 18 quid, because that was as much as I could stomach doing.
Good morning. It's now Friday, because after our cruise yesterday I was signed straight into work. Very busy day. Stu made a homemade fender, which, it's adorable, and I think it sounds really fun to make them. If anyone knows where you can learn to make those fenders, let us know.
What, rather than just tying a big load of knots in a row?
Yes. So it's a London day. We're moored about half an hour's walk from Tring train station, so I'm looking forward to a nice walk and a day in the office, and I'm meeting a friend after work.
It's a pretty boat.
This is a really nice stretch.
It's really dark.
It's really dark.
Dark. Half an hour of this.
It's nice and quiet though.
I'm glad we're together.
Yeah, I would.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quiet video. We'll post again next week. Hopefully see you then, and have a lovely week. Bye.